we'll start with today's session. It is the continuation of sermon given by Buddha to the 5 Parivrajaka. Are you able to hear me properly? Are you all here able to hear me properly?
Yes,
Yeah, okay. So, we first talked of in the sermon what Buddha gave it to the 5 Parivrajaka was on the path of purity, the path of righteousness, and now the third one is the path of virtue. So, the path of virtue is what we can say it is about morality. In the literal meaning, we can say it talks of morality, but here, according to the Buddha's teachings, it's talking about parmitas, the 10 type of qualities which a person should have to be a good human being. So, while explaining the path of purity, Buddha told them it includes Sila, Dana, Uppekha, Nekkhama, Virya, Khanti, Succa, Adithana, Karuna and Maitri. They are the 10 types of qualities which a person should have. And one by one, he explains to them. Here we are finding now in every time the Parivrajakas are requesting Buddha to explain it. Here also, when Buddha talks about the path of virtue, the Parivrajaka request him to please explain it in detail. What does the virtue means? And now, to clear it, the Buddha proceed further. He talks about Sila first. I think everyone knows what everyone's daily we speak about, that is the 5 precepts. Now also, Leja had recited these 5 precepts. These are the Shilas we say. Actually, the Sila, about the Sila, what Buddha says is, it is the moral temperament. What it is? It is the moral temperament, that is the status of mind which shows that the nature of a person. A person having that kind of nature mentally, and that too with morality, is the moral temperament. And how this works, it is the disposition not to do evil and the disposition to do the good. What is say? How the nature of the mind should be? The nature of the mind should be that mind should not allow to do any evil things or the wrong things, and the mind should always do the right thing. The person should if they are depending on the mind request or what the mind says to do, it should be always good. Not doing wrong things and doing the good things. This is what the moral temperament of a person should be. Again further, Buddha explains, it is to be ashamed of doing wrong. It has a very big meaning, we can say, to be ashamed. When we do something, we feel something. We feel something when we do it. So, If we do good, we feel satisfied, we feel happy. But after doing wrong, we should feel ashamed that how is it possible that I was doing this kind of wrong thing. I'm not that kind of person to do any wrong. So unless and until you feel ashamed of doing wrong, you cannot stop from it. You cannot stop yourself from doing wrong. So it is the nature, or should be like that. You should feel ashamed of doing any wrong. Now, this is one part where it says that one should feel ashamed. The next it says you should fear for it. You know, most of the time we see that people fear of God, people fear of Ishwar. They say that God will punish. People say the God will punish if we do something wrong. But many of them know that there is no God to punish them, no Ishwar to punish them. So they keep on doing it because they are not fearing about the result of what wrong they are doing or the result of what the law says. You know, the fear should be of the law of the nature which affects yourself, and also the law of the land which punishes you accordingly. So before doing any wrong, one should have fear for it that you will be punished. Now here the punishment is for the wrong and also for the crime. You know, according to the law of the land, we say, the law of the land gives punishment for your crime. And Buddha says that you should have fear of doing anything wrong because even though the law of the land won't punishes you, your mind is disturbed, you are punished by the nature. The result, what it gives, is you are not able to see. The result is affecting you. We are happy to see what we are doing wrong to others. They are in problem, but your mind is also the one who do the wrong, also has the effect on their mind that they become disturbed. They are not having mental peace. Their health is not good. They feel happy by seeing others in trouble, but they too are in trouble mentally, but they are not ready to accept. This is called ignorance. So here it is said that everyone should fear of punishment of Sila, whether it is from the punishment from the nature or punishment from the law of land. Sila means fear of doing wrong. He gave this definition of Shila. He gives the definition that it means the fear of doing wrong. So the whole Shila part is dependent of not doing the wrong. That is, in Pali we say akusal karma. Akusal karma. That is wrong things. And if these wrong things are repeated daily, in more times, if you repeat and repeat, it becomes crime. Now the second, here it is given second dana, and here it is given Nekkhama. Anyway, now the second one, the virtue is Nekkhama. Nekkhama is also a Pali word. It says leaving everything, or giving up, we can say. giving up. What to give? It is said renunciation of the pleasures of the world. Pleasure means, last time I explained you in previous chapters, pleasure is like one of the extreme path we are choosing. The things which we don't want to, we are not in need of, but still we say, I need this because others are having that. There are many kind of pleasure which I won't be explaining here. You can understand it. There are many kind of pleasures which we feel that I should also have that pleasure. I should live in that pleasure, and without that, a person can live happily. It's forgotten. So these are the things we can say. Nekkhama means it is renunciation of the pleasures of the world. We can give an examples of bhikkhu or bhikkhuni. A real bhikkhu or bhikkhuni, they are the one who are renunciating the pleasures of the world. What are they having with them? What they need is, in Hindi we always say, roti, kapda, makan. You know, they need the food, they need the cloth, and they need the shelter. These are the three main things a person needs. And these three things are given to the bhikkhu and bhikkhunis. They won't leave these three things, but it is like a normal kind of living where we don't see any pleasure. Food is like we are not eating it for the taste. Clothes, we are not wearing this cloth for the fashion or to make others jealous of you that you are wearing such a kind of heavy or very precious kind of ornaments you are wearing, or the clothes you are wearing. These are the things just to make others jealous of it and think that you are very rich. And the third thing, the shelter about the bhikkhu and bhikkhunis, we can say they are living in any place where they can feel safe from the weather, like sun, heat, cold, and rain. They should get just a place to take rest and to study. That is enough for them. That is Nekkhama. And for the lay people, it should be like what they need to make their family live happily. That is, they have to be like we in last class we had gone through the livelihood, the right livelihood. What you do, that livelihood is, it gives you pleasure to live with minimum requirements. Or if you have more, you can use it for the third virtue, that is dana. If you have more, you can share it with others, those who are in need of it. If others, they don't have that kind of things, and you have it, we can share this as a dana for others. So giving your own things to others and make them happy, make them life easy to live with at least minimum requirements is dana. And this dana is like we don't expect anything in return. Then only it becomes dana. You, the one who gives on their own. It is not asked. You just see who needs it and you give it. This is dana. No one asks for it. If you ask, it is not a dana. If someone asks something, it does not mean you are asking for dana. And if someone asks and you give, is not something you give it in dana. It is just like you feel that the other person need it and you are giving it. So this dana is given without expecting anything in return. Now, in Buddha's way of living, we can find that many of must be knowing, like the bhikkhu or bhikkhunis, they take a food bowl and they go for pindapada, that is charika, to have food from the lay people. They move on the road where the people are living, and the lay people who see the bhikkhu and bhikkhuni with a bowl, they offer food to them in their bowl. Here we find that many of them, through pictures and serials, films and serials, they are told that the bhikkhu or bhikkhunis, while going for pindapat, they ask for the food, like bhiksham dei. This is not the way bhikkhu or bhikkhunis are doing. Never ever it is mentioned in any text, or we find in the history of Buddha's teachings, that the bhikkhu asked for food. Asking without saying anything. How we are asking means, we are just carrying the bowl and we are moving on the road. We are just walking slowly, stopping for few minutes in front of the door of any lay person. If they see that someone is standing outside with a bowl, they come and put some food in that bowl, and the Shraman or the bhikkhu or bhikkhuni moves forward to the next door and receive the food only to a limit what he or she needs to fulfill his or her hunger. Not expecting more than what they require. So this is a kind of Nekkhama and dana both, that the food is given in dana. Therefore, it is when many of them in the north side, I don't know in south what they use the word, but in north side, many bhikkhu and bhikkhunis are called for bhojan dana. Bhojan dana means they request the bhikkhu and bhikkhunis to come to their house, they invite them, and then they give the food. So this is what the dana is, which is given without any expectation. And in return, the bhikkhu or bhikkhuni, they are not asked anything in return, but people know that the bhikkhu and bhikkhuni will give them some guidance. So Buddha says, when you receive food from anyone, you have to give some dhamma to them. That is called the dhamma dana. This is called dhamma dana. Dhamma dana, it is said, is the biggest kind of dhamma, biggest kind of dana in all the danas. So dhamma dana is more important than other dana, because the dhamma dana changes the life of a person who is getting it. It shows the way to the public or the people to whom the dhamma dana is given, that they get to know what they have to do in their life to gain peace and happiness. So this Dhammadana, and I found that in many of the places we see that mostly in Buddha Vihara, we see that Buddha Vihara, it is they collect money as dana in a box. They write their Dhammadana. It is not a Dhammadana. It is Arthadana or the Paisa Dan, money donation. Most of the people does not understand the difference between the Dhammadana and the other dana given by the people. So the people is giving other kind of dana to bhikkhu bhikkhunis, and bhikkhu bhikkhunis are giving Dhammadana to them. Okay, so we should understand this difference, and this kind of dana is one kind of virtue in life which gives happiness and satisfaction to all. Now the fourth one is Virya is a Virya. It talks about Virya. Virya is right endeavor. This is most of the time it is said it is with a person who is very strong, and they say that they have that strength to fulfill what they want to do. That is the strength. And here it is said that it is a right endeavor, means the efforts what they require to fulfill what they want to do is a virya. It is doing with all your might, whatever you have undertaken to do, with never a thought of turning back. Means whatever it is decided, you have to fulfill it with your efforts. And even though you're not getting the result what you want, or you're getting frustrated, but still you don't want to turn back, or you don't want to return or leave that thing. If you leave or you return back, it does not come in virya. So it is the continuation process with right effort to fulfill it. Here we can say this right effort. Why? Because most of the people say that I will do this what I want, but by any means. This word is used, by any means. It should not be by any means, but it should be with right efforts. Any means may also include the wrong way of fulfilling your dreams or whatever you are want to do. That is very important. It should be very right. Now, the fifth one is Khanti. Khanti is forbearance. Forbearance means, here it is explained further, not to meet hatred by hatred is the essence of it. What it is said, it includes the meaning of the forbearance. We can say it is patience, we can say it is tolerance, or you can say we have to be very calm if someone is giving you that kind of hatred to you. Actually, 1 minute. Actually, when someone hate, we always react to hate that person. That is like the hatred is increasing from both the sides. And what Buddha says, when someone is hating you, you have to be calm and try to understand what is the reason behind it, or if you want to reply or react, you react with in proper way, so that hatred is not increased in others' mind. It talks about the what, like we can say very clearly, Siddhartha at the time of when he was in Kapilvastu, and when there was a Sangha, Sakya Sangha meeting, there he says, I won't be repeating everything because we have already gone through it, but as an example I want to give that that he says, if there is a war between the two countries, the one who loses tries to win again, and that country make more effort to win it, to raise a war against the country who had won. Means the one who loses does not keep silent or does not stay back by saying that, oh, now I have lost or everything, so I should be quiet. But they again try to win that, and with more effort they come to raise a war. In the same way it is with the two person. If it is with hatred, the other one who is affected by this hatred reacts in the same way and try to hurt others, because hatred hurts both the person. So at least one has to understand, the one who understands the Dhamma, the one who understands the meaning of Khanti, the one who understands the teachings of Buddha. They try to be patient, they try to be calm and think over it, why there is a hatred in other person for me. And then they work on it and try to calm down or bring the hatred to the minimum. The next one is the Succa, that is the truth. A person must never tell a lie. We always see this one in the fourth precept of Panchashila. That is, one should not speak a lie. One not speaking a lie, always speak the truth. I think we have talked a lot on this truth. And here it is said, he is very clear here where he says, Buddha says, his speech must be truth and nothing but the truth. Here means, see, very clear it is, only the truth. And we find many people saying that we are not able to survive without saying a lie. Means it becomes without they don't believe that saying truth can also have one can live a very good happy life by saying the truth. And therefore I don't know whether I have explained you or not, but the Buddha is called Tathagata because Buddha, what he was saying, was doing the same thing. What he says, he does the same. Saying is the truth. Accepting is the truth. We should say that acceptance, what we say, we are not ready to accept most of the time. Because we want to live in a miraculous world, we want something else from others. So we say, no, this is not right. Wrong is right. We talked on Micha last time. Because from many years the things are happening in the same way. Maybe it is the wrong way of doing, or maybe it becomes the tradition accordingly. Maybe the result is not coming correctly, but still it has become the habit of the society to do this kind of things. So they don't want to accept the truth. It becomes very difficult to accept the truth. And not just saying, but accepting is also very important. So in Buddha's teachings, truth has a very great importance, we can say. Now, Adithana, the word is Adithana. It is a resolute determination to reach the goal. Now see what it means here. whatever goal we have, whatever aim we have, to fulfill that, we should have that determination to do it. And the determination should be resolute. How resolute? That is without shaking. It should be stable. We should not think otherwise. We should not think of one path. Oh, this I am doing this. I have decided to follow this path, but I am not getting the result, because we are waiting for the result, for the goal. And if there is a delay in getting that goal, we start thinking, oh, am I following the right path or not? And that doubt, it shakes your determination. So it should be like, if we are clear that this path will lead me to my goal, what I have decided, and it is the right path, maybe because the atmosphere or the people around me are not supporting me, therefore I am getting, the result is getting delay, or I am not able to reach that goal properly, but path is very right. I should be very stable in my determination. That is very correct. Nowadays, I give you one example. It's very something like I was very disturbed when I heard this. One example, just now I got to know in this rainy retreat, that is Varshavas, I heard that one bhikkhuni, she said that she had taken Adithana to do her Varshavas in that vihar, in that Buddha vihar, because others called her and she decided to do her Varshavas or rainy retreat in that vihar. So what she said to them, she said that I am keeping my asan. Asan means the place where they sit, and that it's a kind of cushion type of thing. Most of you must be knowing this asan, because most of them are doing the meditation and all. So I do not need to explain it to in very detail. So that bhikkhuni kept that asana in side, left side of the Buddha statue, and she said that I have determined to be here. I have taken Adithana to do my Varshavas here. So my asana should not be taken off from here, or no one should even touch my asana. Okay, that much is enough to say that it is determined she want to sit there. But further what she says, those who will touch my asana will die in 6 months. Such kind of things in coming in Buddhism. It was like, what she want to say? It's your determination to do what you want to do there. It is your Adithana. How others will be like affected by this your determination. If by your determination others are affected, that means your determination is not correct. Because it should give some guidance to others. It should give pleasure or happiness. Instead of saying pleasure, it should give happiness to others. It should give some way to others. When you're using that kind of Adithana, it should be helpful for others. It should not be like others are getting afraid because of your Adithana. Now people got afraid. Oh, if we touch to her asana, means we'll die in 6 months. They said, sorry, you can leave this. We won't allow you to do rainy retreat here. So this kind of things also happen. So what Adithana is? Sitting is not the Adithana. After sitting, what you want to do? If you are doing a rainy retreat, you have to take Adithana Adithana, saying that I will study this subject from Dhamma, complete it, and I will try to guide other people who are coming to the Vihara what I have learned. I will tell them so that they will they will get to know what is the right path to move in their life happily, how they can get peace. This is Adithana. As we say, Buddha has taken Adithana when he sat under a Bodhi tree. He said that he won't leave this place unless and until he get enlightened. It does not mean he did not leave that place for total time when he was sitting there. He left it for doing his daily routine work. He taking bath or whatever the daily routine what everyone a human being had to do. He does that. He even take the food. So many things are there which are continued. He never sat there continuously without moving. Determination is not only sitting, determination what he want to do. And he did it. He got enlightenment because he took that Adithana. In the same way, we are sitting is not Adithana. What the place where we are sitting is not Adithana, but what we have decided for sitting, after sitting there, it is Adithana. So everyone has to understand that what you have decided, you have to fulfill it with all your, again we can say, with effort, without shaking, without having any doubt on your path, what you are following it. The next comes the Karuna, that is the compassion. It is that loving kindness to human beings. See, here this is Karuna. Karuna, I think in South also they say Karunai. So this compassion, Baba Sahib Ambedkar had explained in his speech very clearly, saying that there is a difference between Daya and Karuna. Daya is sympathy, Karuna is compassion. Because everyone who says, oh, I have Karuna for others, like if they see a beggar coming to them and that beggar is asking something, we say that, oh, we feel very compassion towards that person and we give something to them, and we feel that we have done our duty with compassion. What Baba Sahib Ambedkar says, no, it's not correct. The correct way of showing compassion is that the beggar should not be a beggar when you help him or her. It should be, he gives the examples, giving a fish to eat to a hungry person is not a compassion, but to teach that hungry person how to catch a fish. Once you have given the fish to eat, the hunger is, he fulfills his hunger, but later that person has to be taught how to catch the fish for himself, so that he will not beg for food again, or he will not feel hunger unless and until you give it to them. So this is the way compassion is having a wide meaning, where it is said that you have to help in such a way that the situation changes. The situation of that person to whom we are helping does not remain as it is. It should change. That is compassion. Otherwise, it remains as sympathy. Therefore, Buddha had compassion towards others, and therefore he started walking, and he walked for 45 years in compassion to show the path to the people to come out of these sufferings. It was not sympathy, and he did not expect anything from anyone. Giving that Dhamma to others, giving all the guidance to others, those who were suffering, he just went on giving, and people thinking that Buddha is walking, or the Bhikkhu Sangha is walking, Bhikkhuni Sangha is walking, and they are walking and coming to us to show the path. So with compassion, they used to give a dana for food. Okay, they used to see what they need, and they used to make arrangements that they can walk from one place to other without more difficulties, we can say. We can't say without any difficulty. Some of the other difficulty would always be there in life. Okay, the path is always not as it is when we started. It depends. The path changes. The difficulties changes on the path. Just saying you be happy, but you have to do some effort or give some guidance how they can be happy. That is one thing. The second is, if you want others to give Maitri, the other person should be ready to accept your Maitri. If the other person is not ready to accept your Maitri, means what you are giving is not received by others, but the one who is giving Maitri or Metta is developing oneself in gaining that Metta within and feeling happy and having no bad thoughts or evil thoughts against the others. Like it is said, it should be given not only to friend but also who is a foe, who is not your friend. Maybe that person is against you, but still you feel in you the Maitri is developed within you in such a way that the foe or is not ready to accept your Metta, but you have different feeling for that person, thinking that he is ignorant, and ignorance, if some in future, maybe because of my behavior with him, I'm not hurting him or I'm not doing any wrong things with him, he may understand my feeling and the hatred will come down and he may become my friend in future. So this is the thing we have to develop within ourselves by giving Maitri to others. Understand, you are developing yourself. You know, the one who is giving Maitri is developing themselves. So this Maitri has to be, it is one of the virtue, what Buddha says here. Now the next one is Uppekha. Uppekha is detachment as distinguished from indifference. It is a state of mind where there is neither like or dislike. Uppekha, a very good example we can give, when Buddha was walking with some bhikkhus, some people were praising Buddha and some people were backbitching him, saying, no, this Buddha, he is not good person, he is not telling the right thing. So bhikkhus behind, they were very worried. They were not able, they were saying that, oh, those who are praising Buddha, they are feeling happy. And some people who are not praising Buddha or saying some bad things about Buddha, the bhikkhus were feeling very bad. So they go and talk to Buddha and tell that these people are doing this way, they are talking this way. So Buddha explains them. Don't get happy because they are praising you, or don't feel sad that they are not praising you. This is Uppekha. Means we should not have like or dislike. We should accept the truth. Again, here it is, we should accept the truth. And whatever result is, we have to do what we want to do without, even though if we fail, we have a failure in doing something, that failure will also help you to do some good thing in future. So you will get a good result, maybe. So if you do in right way. So Uppekha is just accept it as it is. Leave. Don't give your judgment that this is good and this is bad. Everything is good and everything is bad according to the situation, according to the what people say in that situation. Maybe they are praising now because they got to know, they understood what it is told, and someone are not praising because they did not understand what was told to them. So they are not praising. So it depends on the situation. So we should not be very happy or we should not be very sad. This comes in Uppekha. So these are all the virtues what Buddha has explained through and told that they are the paramitas, which every person can have these qualities of paramitas within them to develop oneself as a good human being. It is explained further, these virtues one must practice to his utmost capacity. What Buddha says? You have to practice it in utmost capacity with very strong Virya, we can say, no? That Virya we have gone through. That is why they are called paramitas, the state of perfection. A person is never perfect, but we can try to be perfect. Through following this, all the paramitas, we can be perfect, become perfect in our life as a perfect human being who is living happily and peacefully, and also guiding and helping others to live peacefully and happily. So these are the path of virtue which the Buddha has told us in his first sermon to the 5 Parivrajaka, and I wish everyone has gone through it. I told that the first sermon is very important. The path of purity, the path of righteousness, and the path of virtue. All these things one should understand because it's the first sermon through which the 5 Parivrajakas got to know what the real Dhamma is, what the real Buddha's teaching is. And if we understand this, we will also be able to live a good life as a human being. Thank you. Jai Bhim, Namo Buddhaya.